All right, everyone. Hello and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller. I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, let's keep in mind our boundaries. Notice, where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find a center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whether your legs are crossed or they're straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop or down on your mat. I'm sitting on a block, but you could also use a bolster. We're going to wiggle back and forth as we root into our sits bones and then sit up nice and tall. We'll inhale as we bring the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale, our shoulders come forward and up. Exhale as they come back and down. Nice work. Bring your hands into a comfortable position. They can be on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or just find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. This year, inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. The elk phase of the year happens under the long snow's moon. Though the weather may be cold and the earth outside still, a fire can still burn within you. This fire is your ability to make change in the world, to be perceptive, strong, confident, fearless, and independent in the pursuit of your goals. This sets you up perfectly as you approach a new calendar year and prepare for all of the opportunities it holds. As you move through practice, feel into the qualities of perceptiveness, strength, confidence, fearlessness, and independence. Let them carry you through practice. So, settling in, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take a deep inhale as you fill your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you feel your belly expand, your torso gently lift. And then exhale as you feel the shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you squeeze that air out of your lungs, move it up your throat, and then out your nose. Continue to breathe here, inhaling and exhaling with intention. Really cultivating all of those items that we just learned about at the beginning of practice: perceptiveness, confidence, and strength. If you find that the mind gets caught up in thinking or wanders off to sounds or physical sensations, it's okay. Just notice when you've gone away and then rotate back to the breath, focusing on the sensations of breathing in and out. Now, if it feels right for you or helpful, you're welcome to incorporate a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhale, I can change. Exhale, the world. Inhale, I can change. Exhale, the world. To remain here with the breath for a few more moments in whatever way best supports you. Take another deep inhale here as you set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really could be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale the breath out, set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Nice work here. All right, we're going to come straight onto our hands and knees today. So moving any props that you're using out of the way. Go ahead and bring hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips, tops of the feet come onto the floor. We'll inhale as we sink our bellies, lift our head and our hips coming into cow. And then exhale, lift the back, sink the head and the hips coming into cat. Inhale into cow, look up toward the sky, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale into cat, look at the pelvis or between the legs and feel the pelvis move toward the chest. Inhale into cow as you feel that decompression in the low spine stretch through the throat. Exhale into cat as you feel the shoulder blades separate, that opening through the upper back. And then inhale, let's return to neutral. On the next inhale, tuck your toes, and on the exhale, lift your hips right into a down dog. Now, this may be the first down dog of the day or week, so let's walk that dog, bend one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of your legs here. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. A nice deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead, come into stillness. Find that good down dog here. So your arms are nice and long. All 10 pads of the fingers are gently gripping the mat. Your head is not looking up between your hands, but your chin is tucked. You're looking at your toes. Shrug your shoulders down onto your back. Press into the hands, moving the chest toward the thighs. So you're really arching in that back, getting that nice long spine here. The heels reach toward the floor. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. In either case, it's fine. We're going for that stretch to the back of the legs here, all the way up into the hips. Feel the strength of this posture here. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Another deep inhale. Another deep exhale. On the next inhale, look up between the hands. Let's baby step our feet to the top of the mat. Come right into a halfway lift. So our knees are slightly bent. The torso is parallel with the floor. Back is flat. Shoulders are shrugged down. Hands are on thighs or shins. Gaze is toward the floor. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, sink into that forward fold. Tuck the chin, look between the legs. Now, allow the arms to either hang limp. You can palm the mat or bring pinkies to opposite crooks of the elbows. Really lean forward onto the front 2/3 of the feet here and allow that crown of the head to reach down toward the toes. So you're getting that nice lengthening action through the spine and that pull through the back of the legs here. Again, the chin is tucked. You're looking back between your legs, so the crown of the head is what's facing the floor, not the face. Good. You're welcome to sway from side to side, a little ragdoll action. Wherever you are, keeping the knees slightly bent. We don't want to lock them out here. And then breathing deeply. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. We take an inhale. And then exhale, we come into stillness here. Release those arms. On the following inhale, bend your knees, flatten your back, and then sweep your arms wide, coming into that standing position, reaching all the way up. And then exhale right into heart center. Nice. All right, inhale, the arms go tall. Exhale, let's swan dive down into that forward fold. Inhale and do a halfway lift, a nice flat back. And then exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into plank. Hands beneath shoulders, balls of the feet beneath the heels. You're one long line from shoulders to heels. Core is engaged. Now, if this is already too much, drop the knees, but keep them at an angle. So you notice how I'm one long line from knees to the shoulders to keep that core engaged. Wherever you are, nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, bend the elbows, tuck them into the sides, lower all the way down to the mat, and untuck the toes here. Good. Inhale, plant those elbows beneath the shoulders, plant the forearms on the mat, lift your gaze and torso coming into Sphinx. So the shoulders are shrugged down. We're drawing the elbows in toward the spine. Gaze and chest are forward and proud. Release the glutes. Tops of the feet are on the floor here. Good. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. One more deep inhale. Exhale, let's go ahead and lower down to the mat. Inhale, using hands, using feet or knees, press yourself up into a plank pose. Good. And then exhale, drop your knees down, kick your right foot out to the side, and extend your left foot straight out behind you. Turn that heel down. Bring your weight into your right hand as you inhale, sweep tall with the left arm. And then exhale, bring that bicep by the ear as you reach those left fingers overhead, coming into a gorgeous full side body stretch. So bottom elbow slightly soft, really engage that bicep and tricep here. Reach through those fingers so you feel the pull from the fingertips, especially through the armpit into those rib muscles, these intercostals, to the top of the hip and then down into the leg. Your left heel is gently pressing into the mat. Most of your weight is on that right knee and right hand. Really nice work. Breathing. Excellent. And then inhale, go ahead. Drop the hand and knee back down to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale, lift yourself into a down dog. On the following inhale, look up between the hands. Baby step those feet to the top of the mat. Come right into that halfway lift, knee slightly bent, flat back. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, flatten your back, reverse swan dive, sweep your arms wide and up. And then exhale right into heart center. Inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, swan dive down into that forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, a nice flat back here. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into plank. So find your plank position, engage the core. Nice deep inhale, elbows very slightly bent. We're not locking out joints today. Good. Another deep inhale here. And then exhale, bend at your elbows, lower all the way down to the mat, untuck the toes. Now you're welcome to come into Sphinx or come into baby cobra. Inhale, lift the torso, hands hover here. Shoulders are shrugged down, elbows are tucked into the sides. Hands hover or just very lightly rest on the mat with no pushing. Good. The glutes are engaged because we're really pulling on the low back to lift our upper torso. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Gaze is down toward the floor, so chin is slightly tucked here, so you're long through the spine. Good. Couple breaths. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Inhale, using knees or pressing straight up, come into your plank, and then exhale, drop those knees. Kick that left foot out to the side, extend your right foot straight out behind you. Turn the back heel down. Weight shifts into the left hand. Inhale, sweep tall with that right arm, coming into that nice side body stretch as you bring that bicep over the ear here. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite postures of all times. So reach through those right fingers, feel that gorgeous line of energy, that pull from the fingertips all the way down to that right heel, which is gently pressing into the mat here. Bottom elbow is slightly soft. Weight is in the left hand and left knee here. Doing great. Couple breaths. Good. Inhale. Exhale, top hand and knee, drop back down to the mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips into a down dog. We inhale, look up between the hands, baby step those feet to the top of the mat. Come right into that halfway lift, knees slightly bent. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back, reverse swan dive as the arms sweep wide and up. And then exhale, we come into heart center. Great work. Inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, we swan dive down into that forward fold. Inhale, right into a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into plank. Good. Core engaged. Deep inhale here. Exhale, bend at the elbows, keep them tucked into the sides, lower all the way down to the mat. Great work. Untuck the toes. You can come into Sphinx or Baby Cobra, or if you'd like, inhale, press into the hands, lift the torso, coming into Cobra. So our hands are beneath the shoulders here. Shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. Elbows stay slightly bent. Good, and tucked into the sides. Gaze and chest are forward and proud. Release the glutes, tops of the feet are on the floor. Breathing. Good. Now, if you're in Cobra, inhale, engage the core, flip onto the knees. Otherwise, if you're in Baby Cobra or Sphinx, lower down and then inhale up and drop the knees. Good. Plant into your right hand. Exhale, twist tall with that left arm, tabletop twist. And then on the next exhale, go ahead and thread the needle, lowering that left shoulder down to the mat, side of the head comes down to the floor. Great work. So now we're getting a really nice twist through our spine. Our weight is in our left shoulder and our side of our head is just resting. We're not putting any strain there so we don't strain our neck. Right hand can stay on the mat by the face. You can extend it to the top of the mat if you'd like. You can also extend your right foot straight out behind you, ball of the foot on the floor, spiking that heel away from the body. This is a little bonus balance as well as a nice calf stretch here. Really notice what feels right for your body. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, knee and hand, return back to neutral. Press into that right hand. Inhale, sweep tall with that left arm. And then exhale that hand back down to neutral. Even out as you take an inhale, and then on the exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips into your down dog. Great work. Inhale, look up between the hands, baby step those feet to the top of the mat. Come right into a halfway lift, flat back, shoulders down. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back, reverse swan dive, arms sweep wide and up. And then exhale into heart center. Great work. Inhale, the arms go tall. Exhale, swan dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, right into a halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank posture. Good. You know where we're headed. Nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, bend at the elbows. Let's lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Now, your option, Sphinx, Baby Cobra, Big Cobra, or Up Dog. For Up Dog, press into the hands, lift the torso, and then press into the tops of the feet, lift the thighs. So shoulders are shrugged down, elbows slightly bent, gaze and chest are forward and proud, but those thighs are lifted, glutes are engaged. Good, breathing here. Now, from Big Cobra or Up Dog, you can drop the knees and come back into that tabletop position. Or from Baby Cobra or Sphinx, lower back down, inhale into plank, and then exhale, drop the knees. Good. Now, plant into the left hand, inhale, sweep tall with that right arm, tabletop twist. And then exhale, thread the needle, lower the right shoulder down to the mat this time, side of the head comes down to the floor. So again, now we're getting a nice twist through the spine. We're getting a nice opening through the outside of that right arm. Most of our weight is on that right arm and in the knees. It's not in the head because we don't want to strain the neck. Options, left hand can stay right here by the face. That's great. You can extend it to the top of the mat. You can also extend that left foot out behind you, ball of the foot on the floor, spiking the heel away from the body. Again, this is a nice little added bonus of balance as well as a calf stretch here. But notice what feels right for you. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Nice deep inhale, folks. Exhale, knee and hand, return back to center. Press into that left hand on the inhale. Exhale, sweep tall with that right arm. And then bring that hand back down to center. Good. Inhale, even out in your tabletop, and then exhale, lift the hips, come into a down dog. Good. Even out in down dog for a moment. Let's take a nice deep inhale, a nice deep exhale. One more deep inhale, folks. And then exhale, go ahead, drop the knees, untuck your toes, sink your hips back onto your heels, elongate your arms, and bring your forehead down to the floor. So take a moment here, check in with your body, and notice what's present. Is there a particular sensation that is calling your attention? And if there is, where in your body does it reside? Just noticing. We just generated some heat, some fire. We stretched out the body. We got ourselves moving. So there's likely a sensation there that is calling your attention. Notice how the body feels now as compared to the beginning of our practice. No need to qualify or judge it, but simply notice the change. Notice how it feels to be in your body today. All right. On the next inhale, go ahead, come up onto the hands and knees. Make your way into a seated position here. Great work. All right, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together and we're going to allow the knees to fall open wide here. So we're getting ready for bound angle pose. We want our sits bones engaged with the mat. We're going to inhale as we sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, hinge at the hips, lean forward over the feet. So now we're stretching our hips in parallel. You're probably feeling that stretch right away. So we have a few options here. Notice how far out your feet want to be, and you can adjust that as feels good for you. We're allowing those knees to fall open wide here. You can always use the elbows to help gently press them open, but it's an option, not a requirement. Being really careful with your edges and knowing where your body says, hey, that's enough for today, okay? Find that comfortable spot for the hands. Maybe it's on the shins, maybe it's on the feet, down on the mat. You can also use a prop if you'd like, having it either on the feet if that feels good for you, or perhaps in front of them or to the side. Again, it's really whatever you want. And you'll notice here how I'm looking up toward you, but instead I want you to tuck your chin, lengthen through your spine, reach through the crown of the head to that diagonal out toward the top of the room here. Shrug the shoulders down and then hinge from there at the hips. Notice how that flat back really strengthens that or deepens that stretch in the hips here. Good. Couple deep breaths. And then we inhale, press ourselves back up on into center. Use those hands to fold the knees shut. Bring the feet about hip width distance apart. Lean back onto the hands, and then windshield wipe your knees back and forth to release your glutes, your hips, and your low back. It kind of feels like a massage. I always love it. It feels really great because it gets deep into those hip capsule spaces. It's kind of similar to foam rolling, which I cannot stand. All right. Then when you're ready, we're going to make our way onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice, okay? So coming on down onto your back, tucking the knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around the knees, giving yourself a little squeeze here. Maybe rocking from side to side, a little roly-poly action. It's like that foam rolling for the low back, mid back, upper back here. And sometimes it just feels nice to do this, kind of give yourself a hug for a practice well done. Lovely. And then let's come into stillness. Go ahead and drop those soles of the feet down to the floor here. And let's prepare for final relaxation. So you can stay right here. For a lot of people, this is great. And if you have low back pain, this is a great option. You can also place blocks or a bolster beneath the thighs here and extend your legs, which will relieve that tension on the low back. Regardless if you have pain in the back, this is a great option for most of us. All right. You're welcome to allow the knees to fall open wide, soles of the feet to come together for recline bound angle. This is a deep hip opener here. It's more subtle, but the longer you sit, the deeper it is. And again, you can place blocks underneath the legs for that. You can extend one leg or the other for fallen tree, or you can extend both legs for traditional final relaxation. Notice where your hands want to be here. There's no wrong answer. It's whatever feels good for you. You're also welcome to lay on your side or on your belly, or you can just come into a seated position for the final part of our practice and tune into it as if it were a seated meditation. So, wherever you find yourself, I invite you to get comfortable and to settle in. And as you do, begin to notice the movements of the breath, that natural rhythm or cadence that it settles into when you're no longer controlling it. Begin to notice how it feels as it moves in and out of the nose, up and down your throat. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And if your mind wanders off and gets distracted by thoughts, noises, physical sensations, it's okay. See if you can come back to the breath, come back to the inhales and exhales. Whatever is happening next, it will still happen. Whatever is going on in your life, you can put a pin in it for now and stay present right here with your breath. If it's helpful, you can come back to the mantra we use at the beginning of practice. Inhale, I can change. Exhale, the world. Inhale, I can change. Exhale, the world. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice to allow you to have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time. I respect your time, and I will be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of our practice. So lean back, let go. Just rest right here and find a relaxation. We practice mindfulness and keep our body and consciousness healthy, not only for ourselves, but for our ancestors, our parents, future generations, society, and the world. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your arms and legs, gently waking the body up. And when it feels right for you, perhaps rolling onto one side, pausing there with a hand or an arm beneath the head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? We take a deep inhale as we feel that intention and make our way on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. So, finding your comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale, draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Good. Hands find that comfortable position, whether on your knees, in your lap, or at heart center. Closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth, for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. You can find me here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars, set your alarms. You can find Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can find me on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you so much again for joining me. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you in the next practice. Bye.